ain't have nothing to do with me nor Kurt. Them bitches was coming at you about your because they had too much ammo for you.
Don't act like you didn't say that.
I wasn't there. And I damn sure ain't gonna come to somebody about they.
The tension in the room was palpable, a storm brewing beneath the surface of what was supposed to be a routine taping of the popular reality show. Cameras were rolling, the lights were bright, and the crew was in place. But for Yandy and Rasheeda, everything around them seemed to fade into the background. It was just the two of them, locked in a battle that had been a long time coming. Yandy had always been a woman of strength, but tonight the weight of the situation threatened to break her composure. Em had always been at the center of the drama between them, but it had never been this intense, this personal. And now, in front of the cameras, it felt like everything was unraveling. Rasheeda had been a fixture in Yandy's life for years, a friend, a confidant. But when it came to men DC's, their relationship had always been complicated. There was no denying the history between Rasheeda and Em, an undeniable bond, a shared past that had always simmered just below the surface. But when men DC's had gotten involved with Yandy, things began to shift. Rasheeda had tried to be supportive at first, but it wasn't long before she started to question Mendici's loyalty and the choices he was making. And now, with the cameras capturing every moment, the gloves were coming off. Yandy could feel the heat rising in her chest as Rasheeda's words sliced through the air, sharp and biting. It wasn't just the usual teasing or friendly banter that had defined their relationship. This was real. Rasheeda's disdain for Mendici's choices had grown over time, and now she wasn't holding back. Every look, every word seemed to be aimed at Yandy, as if her relationship with Mendici's was somehow a personal betrayal. "Are you really going to sit here and defend him?" Yandy Rasheeda's voice was laced with disbelief. "After everything he's done, you're still going to act like he's your knight in shining armor?" Yandy's blood boiled, but she held herself together, knowing this was not the time to let her emotions take over. Yet the hurt was there, burning deep. Rasheeda had always been quick to point out Em's flaws, quick to blame him for their problems. But now it felt like an attack on her, as if Rasheeda was questioning her judgment, her choices, and everything that had led her to this point. "Why do you always have something to say about Mendici's?" Yandy's words were firm, but her voice shook with emotion. Frustration she had been holding in for far too long spilled out. "You're not the one in this relationship. I'm the one who has to deal with his mistakes, his baggage, and his past. So don't sit here and try to act like you know what's best for me," Yandy snapped. Rasheeda scoffed, rolling her eyes, but Yandy wasn't finished. She had reached her limit. This wasn't the time to hold back, not when her heart was on the line. "You've been watching from the sidelines, judging me, judging him. You've always had your opinions, but you've never been in our shoes," Yandy continued, her voice growing louder with each word. "You don't know what we've been through, what I've had to forgive. And yet, here you are, acting like you have all the answers." The tension between the two women was electric, the air thick with unspoken resentment and unresolved issues. It wasn't just about Mendici's anymore. It was about something deeper, something that had been festering for years. The rivalry, the unspoken jealousy. The way Rasheeda's presence in Em's life had always loomed like a shadow over Yandy's relationship with him. Rasheeda's face twisted in anger, her eyes narrowing as she shot back. "You think you're the only one who's had to deal with Em's mess? You think I don't know what it's like to be in a relationship with someone who's always making mistakes? He's hurt both of us. And I'm tired of seeing you pretend like he's changed. You're letting him drag you down, Yandy." The words hit Yandy like a slap in the face. For a moment she felt the ground shift beneath her. She wanted to lash out, to scream at Rasheeda for all the pain she had caused. But the cameras were on them. The world was watching, and she refused to give anyone the satisfaction of seeing her break. Inside, however, it felt like everything was falling apart. Em's mistakes, Rasheeda's constant interference, the drama that had always followed them. It was all too much. Yandy had tried to hold it together for so long, but tonight, it felt like the dam was about to burst. The fight between them grew more heated, voices rising, accusations flying. The crew stood in the background, uncertain of how to intervene, knowing they were witnessing the unraveling of something much bigger than just a feud between two women. It was the unraveling of a relationship, a battle for control, and a fight for respect that had been years in the making. In the end, the argument didn't have a clear resolution. Yandy stormed off, furious and exhausted, while Rasheeda's anger simmered beneath the surface. The cameras kept rolling, capturing the fallout. But for Yandy, the real battle had just begun. It wasn't just about Mendici's or Rasheeda, it was about finding a way to navigate the mess that had become her life, and whether she could find a way to trust anyone, including herself, again. It looks like Yandy may have lost her battle to keep her family together, Word on the street is that Mendices is fed up with calling her his wife and has finally gone back to the love of his life, Erica. Some are even saying they might have already gotten married. To be honest, this situation is getting really messy. Yandy has not only called out Mendices for hurting her feelings, but she's also sending a clear warning to Erica, telling her to leave her man or else it will be on sight when they meet. It's no secret that the only thing keeping Yandy in this marriage is her pride, and now that Mendices has moved in with Erica, it seems Yandy has completely lost control. For those who haven't caught on to this tea, grab a seat and let me fill you in. Mendices was released from jail earlier this year after serving time for drug-related charges. While he was incarcerated, Yandy did everything she could to keep the family together, standing strong and handling it all on her own. With Mendices back, we all thought Yandy would finally get to enjoy her marriage after all the hard work and sacrifice she put in while he was locked up. She was determined to make their marriage work, even going to therapy to address the issues in their relationship. But as the saying goes, once a cheater, always a cheater. Instead of paying Yandy back with loyalty for holding down the family, Mendices decided to move on to Yandy's biggest opponent, Erica. In case you missed it, Erica and Yandy have been clashing for years, and the reason is clear: Mendices has refused to set boundaries with Erica. If you've been following the love triangle between Mendices, Erica, and Yandy, you probably noticed how Yandy has always been in denial about the state of her marriage. Deep down, she knows Mendices is still involved with Erica and hasn't been fully honest with her, but her pride and arrogance lead her to believe she's the only woman in his life. She's good at pretending everything's perfect, but we all know things aren't as they seem. Erica has actually been with Mendices long before Yandy came into the picture. To show how much Mendices truly cares for Erica, his first baby mama, Samantha, revealed that Erica was one of the few women he genuinely loved. Erica herself shared that she and Mendices once had a life together. They lived together, had matching passports, took vacations, and even met his entire family. She was deeply committed to him, even helping care for his first child when Samantha wasn't around. However, when things weren't looking good for Mendices, he needed someone with stability and a solid plan for the future. That's when he met Yandy, and they got married. Despite his marriage to Yandy, Mendices kept communication with Erica. Now that he's out of prison and financially secure, sources say Mendices has dumped Yandy, moved out of their home, and into a new house with Erica to restart their relationship. If we're being honest, I don't think Yandy deserves the treatment she's getting from Mendices. She held him down, fixed all his issues, and got herself tangled in baby mama drama she never should have been a part of. She also had to endure disrespect from Mendices' mother and worked tirelessly to care for his children, all of that only for him to tell her that he was in the marriage out of obligation, not love. Without hesitation, he even admitted that if their roles had been reversed, he never would have supported her or held the family down the way she did for him.
It had nothing to do with me nor Kurt. Them bitches was coming at you about your, because they had too much ammo for you.
Don't act like you didn't say that.
I wasn't there. Now damn sure ain't gonna come to somebody about they on some half.
After calming Yandy down, Mendices felt that something had to be done. He went to his mother, Judy, who unrepentantly defended her conduct by saying that she had been provoked. However, Mendices was certain that Judy had exceeded a boundary. He told her, "I love you, but I can't let this continue." He requested Judy to leave, stressing that respect was non-negotiable. Even though he understood his decision, he had to prioritize his family's safety and stability over allowing her to stay in his house. Judy, furious, felt deceived by the transfer but believed it would serve as a wake-up call. The family suffered greatly, emotionally, as a result of her needing to reconsider her actions. Following Judy's departure, Yandy confided in her close friends about the fight and expressed her annoyance at the continuous hostility with Judy. For the sake of the mess, she shared, "I've always tried to make things work, but I can't continue to tolerate this disrespect in my own home." Meanwhile, Mendices battled remorse. Even though he stood by his decision, he began to wonder whether he could have managed the matter differently. He told a close friend in a quiet moment, "Although I love my mother, I can't allow her to harm the person I've chosen to spend the rest of my life with. This is difficult for me." Judy, however, resorted to her own network of support to let out her frustration and disappointment. She thought Yandy was playing the game and felt cut off from her son. She sobbed as she confided, "I raised him. How can he choose her over me?" Judy and Yandy's conflict affected more than just their immediate family. It also reverberated across the final cast of Love Hip Hop. Other cast members from Atlanta shared their thoughts, with some expressing support for Yandy, although others understood Judy's viewpoint as a mother feeling marginalized. This dramatic moment has brought yet another layer of complexity to the ongoing story of the Harris family, highlighting the difficulties of striking a balance between love, loyalty, and respect in a blended family. It also provoked discussions among fans about family dynamics, boundaries, and the extent to which one should go to keep the peace. As the season progressed, fans were curious to see if Judy and Yandy might reconcile or if their distance would deepen. While many hoped to witness moments of healing, others were doubtful due to the enduring problems that seemed to plague the household. There is little doubt that the drama in this home is far from over and that Mendy's, Yandy and Judy's journey ahead will not be easy as they navigate the challenging terrain of love, loyalty, and familial responsibilities. For years, Mendy's Harris and Yandy Smith have been the epitome of a strong and united couple on Love Hip Hop New York despite facing numerous challenges, including Mendy's legal troubles and a prolonged incarceration. The duo remained committed to each other. They navigated the murky waters of fame, family, and scrutiny, earning admiration for their partnership. However, as is often the case in the entertainment industry, appearances can be deceiving. Beneath the surface, cracks in their seemingly perfect relationship were forming. And now, with Mendy's revelation, it appears those cracks have widened into a chasm. The first hint of trouble came when Mendy's took to social media with cryptic messages that suggested all was not well in his marriage. Fans speculated about the meaning behind his posts, but no one could have predicted the storm that was brewing. Days later, Mendy's dropped a video that left everyone stunned. In the video, Mendy's alleged that he had uncovered irrefutable proof that Yandy had been unfaithful to him with Carlos King. The producer, known for his work on hit reality TV shows, has a close professional relationship with Yandy, but Mendy's claims their connection goes far beyond work. Mendy's claims were not made lightly. He shared screenshots of text messages and emails that he alleged were between Yandy and Carlos. These messages, he claimed, revealed a level of intimacy that crossed professional boundaries. Phrases like "I can't stop thinking about you" and "our time together" means everything left little to the imagination. Adding fuel to the fire, Mendy's also presented a series of photographs he claimed were taken during secret meetings between Yandy and Carlos. While some argued the images could be innocent, Mendy's interpretation painted a different picture. Yandy did not stay silent in the face of these accusations. In a live-streamed video, she denied any wrongdoing and expressed heartbreak over Mendy's decision to air their personal issues publicly. She admitted to having a close friendship with Carlos King but vehemently denied that it was romantic. Carlos has been a mentor and a friend, Yandy said. To take our professional relationship and twist it into something it's not is unfair and hurtful. Despite her denials, Yandy's tone suggested she was deeply affected by the accusations. "I've always stood by Mendy's through everything. To be accused like this feels like a betrayal of the trust we've built." As the accusations gained traction, Carlos King broke his silence. In a carefully worded statement, he denied any inappropriate relationship with Yandy. "My relationship with Yandy has always been professional," Carlos stated. "These allegations are baseless and have no merit." Carlos also expressed disappointment over being dragged into a marital dispute. "I've worked with Yandy for years, and I've always respected her as a professional and a friend. I hope that Mendy's and Yandy can resolve this privately." The fallout from these allegations has extended beyond Mendy's and Yandy's relationship. Their children, who have often been featured on Love Hip Hop, are now at the center of a media storm. Friends and family members have also weighed in, with some taking sides and others urging the couple to seek counseling. Fans of the couple are divided. Some believe Mendy's claims, citing the evidence he presented. Others argue that Yandy deserves the benefit of the doubt, especially given her history of standing by Mendy's during his legal troubles. While the specifics of this situation are unique, the underlying issues are not uncommon in relationships under the spotlight. Fame, distance, and public scrutiny can exacerbate existing problems and create new ones. For Mendy's and Yandy, the added pressure of reality TV has undoubtedly played a role in their current predicament. Moreover, the role of social media cannot be overlooked. By taking their issues public, Mendy's has invited millions of people to weigh in on a deeply personal matter. While this has amplified the drama, it has also raised questions about the boundaries of privacy in the age of digital transparency. As of now, the future of Mendy's and Yandy's relationship remains uncertain. Both have expressed a desire to prioritize their family, but the road to reconciliation will not be easy. Trust, once broken, is difficult to rebuild, and the public nature of their issues adds an additional layer of complexity. For fans, the hope is that Mendices and Yandy can find a way to move past this, whether that means staying together or parting ways amicably. For the couple themselves, the priority will likely be to create a stable environment for their children while navigating the fallout from these revelations. The fateful evening began as a seemingly normal family dinner, but the atmosphere quickly grew tense. Mendices' son, with a mix of anger and frustration, interrupted the conversation and dropped the bombshell, "Yandy cheated on you, and it's your fault." The room fell silent as everyone tried to process his words. The weight of the accusation hung heavy in the air, and all eyes turned to Mendices and Yandy. Yandy immediately denied the claims, her voice trembling with a mix of anger and hurt. "How dare you say that? Where is this even coming from?" she demanded, trying to maintain her composure. But the son was relentless, accusing her of betraying the family and blaming Mendices for not being a strong enough husband or father. Mendices, stunned by the audacity of his son's words, tried to de-escalate the situation. "Hold on, where is all this coming from?" he asked, his voice calm but strained. The son, however, was beyond reasoning. "You've always been so caught up in your own issues that you couldn't even see what's been happening right under your nose," he yelled, his frustration boiling over. The accusation quickly spiraled into a heated argument. Mendices, trying to assert control, raised his voice, demanding evidence for the outrageous claim. "If you're going to accuse Yandy of something this serious, you better have proof," he exclaimed. But the son, driven by anger and resentment, fired back with vague insinuations and emotional jabs. Yandy, unable to hold back her emotions, burst into tears. "This is ridiculous. How can you accuse me of something so horrible without any evidence? I've done nothing but love this family," she cried. Her words only seemed to fuel the son's anger. "Love this family? You've been tearing it apart, and he's too blind to see it," he shot back. The argument escalated to the point where Mendices felt his authority as the head of the household being undermined. In a moment of uncontrollable anger, he lashed out physically, hitting his son. The room fell silent, the shock of the action reverberating through everyone present. Yandy gasped, others looked away, and the son, holding his face, stared at his father in disbelief. Realizing the severity of what had just happened, Mendices tried to regain control of his emotions. "I can't believe it's come to this," he muttered, his voice heavy with regret. Yandy, still in tears, stepped in to comfort him, even as she struggled with her own pain. The son, however, was far from remorseful. "You think this fixes anything? You just prove my point," he said bitterly, refusing to back down. Mendices knew that the situation was untenable. "I love you, but I can't let this kind of disrespect continue in my home," he said, his voice firm but sorrowful. With a heavy heart, he made the decision to ask his son to leave. "You need time to think about what you've done and said. Maybe some space will help you understand," he added. The son, though visibly hurt, packed his belongings and left without another word. The days following the incident were filled with tension and silence. Yandy, while supportive of Mendices' decision, couldn't hide her pain. "This isn't how I wanted things to be," she confided to a friend. "I feel like I've lost a part of my family, and I don't know if we can ever heal from this." Mendices, too, struggled with his emotions. "Did I do the right thing?" he questioned aloud, seeking solace in conversations with his closest confidants. "I had to protect my wife and my home, but I feel like I failed as a father." The guilt weighed heavily on him, and he knew that rebuilding the relationship with his son would be an uphill battle. As news of the family drama spread, fans of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta were quick to share their opinions. Social media was flooded with reactions, ranging from support for Mendices to sympathy for his son. Mendices did what he had to do to protect his wife. "Respect is non-negotiable," one fan tweeted. Others, however, criticized him for resorting to physical violence. "Hitting your son is never the answer, no matter what the situation is," read another comment. The controversy also brought Yandy under scrutiny, with some viewers questioning her role in the family dynamics. Yandy's always been the glue holding the family together, but this might be too much for her, a fan posted. The divided opinions only added to the Harris family's challenges, as they tried to navigate their private pain under the public spotlight. Despite the turmoil, Mendices remained determined to mend his fractured family. "I can't let this be the end of our relationship," he said, reflecting on his son's absence. He reached out through mutual connections, expressing his desire to have an honest conversation. "We need to talk, face to face, and figure out how to move forward," he told a friend. Meanwhile, Yandy played a crucial role in bridging the gap. "You both love each other, you just need to find a way to communicate without all the anger," she urged Mendices. Her unwavering support and mediation efforts became a beacon of hope for the family. As the season progresses, viewers will see whether the Harris family can rebuild what was broken. The dramatic confrontation and its aftermath serve as a powerful reminder of the complexities of family relationships. Love, loyalty, and respect are not always easy to balance, but they are worth fighting for. One thing is certain: the Harris family's journey is far from over. Their story continues to captivate audiences, offering a raw and unfiltered look at the struggles and triumphs of navigating love and loyalty in a blended family. When Mace asks Yandy why she's making all these big steps without him, Yandy ultimately backs off. She's acting like a lost puppy, always wandering around. She begins to understand that she doesn't require Mace for anything. The fact that she never submitted the necessary documents for their marriage simply demonstrates her constant scheming. She may claim to be faithful and committed, but Yandy won't allow him to ruin her bag if her businesses ever take off, or if Mace ever becomes an even greater burden. Together for their show Love Hip Hop, and at the Grammy Awards, people don't believe that little Mace authored those lines. Yandy stops acting like the devoted wife when the cameras stop rolling. Words for nothing, some people say. Children you didn't push or spit out will always end up like this. Yandy nurtured this adorable child by herself when his father was locked up, and this is what she gets in return. Time will tell, Yandy. You're playing too much with this child who isn't biologically yours, as little Mace makes clear. Do you guys believe Yandy might be cheating on Mace? Or are we just assuming he's trying to tell us something subtly? They don't like you, some say. I hope you enjoyed this video and look forward to seeing you in the next one.